Hey everybody, welcome back to Discover SPRINGFORD. I'm standing in front of the Big Easy, located on Main Street in Royersford Borough. Today I'll be sitting down with the owner, Alicia Pontino. I'm Geoffrey Desiato, a professional actor, part-time realtor, and transplant to the SPRINGFORD area. And I'm on a mission to find the best that SPRINGFORD has to offer. I'll be interviewing local business owners, civil servants, and other prominent members of the community to find out what makes SPRINGFORD a great place to live, work, eat, and explore. I invite you to join me on my journey as I discover SPRINGFORD. Alicia, thanks for letting me come in today and sit down for this conversation.
Of course.
So you can start us back. You can tell me a little bit about your personal life, where you grew up and how you ended up in the restaurant business.
I'm from Bridgeport.
Okay.
Grew up in Bridgeport, went to Upper Merion. I ended up out here as like a favor one night, just covering a shift, and I ended up staying. Really? Mark needed, when it was the French Quarter Bistro, Mark needed someone to cover like a Monday night or something. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And I worked the first night and I was like, it was all right, I liked it. I'm not really familiar with this area.
Yeah.
So it was like a big step for me to come out here, and then I liked it. I met so many great people over like the course of being here for like the first year, second year, and made a lot of new friends and just stayed.
That's
and Mark
incredible.
and I have a great relationship.
Yeah.
And
what year was that you first came out here for the shift?
2010.
Okay.
It was 2009. Around October of 2009, September, October. And I've been here ever since.
Wow, so you're coming up on 10 years in Royersford. That's incredible.
Yeah.
So were you working somewhere else? Or did you had previous restaurant experience?
Yeah, I definitely had previous restaurant experience. And then I had a little time off. I wasn't working for like a year or whatever. So my time was free. That's why I was like, yeah, I'll come up and do whatever. And I loved it.
Yeah.
I like the people. This town is so different to work in as opposed to where other places I've worked in. It's you meet people here and you meet them and you get to know them and they become friends. They're not just customers.
Right.
Some of them are even like family to me.
That's awesome.
I've had people that see me on holidays like that. It's Christmas. We have to go stop by and see Alicia, or it's so.
Yeah, that's one of the things that my wife and I noticed, like when we were looking, because we've only been here since 2017, and we live in the borough. And when we were here looking at houses and stuff, we just realized that the town people were more friendly and more like willing to kind of not like in a nosy way, but they just genuinely seemed like interested in like getting to know you, which is like I grew up in Philly and it's not like that.
Yeah,
I mean, no offense to Philly and everything, I'm still loyal to the area and everything, but. People don't, they want to be about their own business and they want you to mind your own.
Yes.
So coming here, I definitely can see that. And what's cool about doing this show is I've gotten to meet a lot of people and now I have these relationships with people.
Exactly.
And it's all because, I reached out to them and we did an episode, but then like the relationship kind of continues on elsewhere.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
I mean, that's like when Mark mentioned to me that he wanted to close, I was like devastated.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what can we do? I don't want to close. I don't want to never not see these people again. I couldn't imagine there's so many people over the last 10 years that I've met that either met their spouse here, got engaged here. They're like, you were here when I proposed to my wife. You were here when this happened. And it's like, that's the memories of this place are just, I couldn't see just saying bye to it.
Yeah.
And this town is, the people here, especially the borough, like the people that run this town are awesome too.
Yeah. We've gotten to talk to some of them, and it's been a great. We're starting to see, I think, an influx of new people, new families.
Yeah,
and then,
absolutely.
New businesses, which is always good. So what, I'm sure you didn't imagine in 2009 when you came here to pick up a shift that you would one day own your own restaurant. So
I mean,
what was that process, like that thought process? Like obviously you found out that where you were working was going to be closing. Was it something you were already kind of thinking about as a transition plan, or was it just like
a little bit? Yes. My husband is a chef too.
Oh, is he?
So we've been in this business our whole lives. We know the sacrifices that is, the hours that it is, and for the last 3 or 4 years, we've been looking to open up our own spot. And it just, the places that we seen just weren't, we also had some other things happen. We bought a new house. Like, so much has gone on.
Life happens.
And when this happened, I went home and I was like, we're doing this. And he was like, what? And I'm like, we're doing it. And it's like, oh, are you really? And I'm like, yes. So we did it. And it just kind of went so fast and happened so fast. But it is something that is going to go really well.
Yeah.
I know it will.
Yeah.
With the people that come here and everybody, there's just so much support from everyone.
Yeah.
So.
Would you say that being someone who kind of has worked their way through the ranks, and then also having your husband who's worked in the in the kitchen and that kind of stuff, like you have like a very an idea from top to bottom of what the restaurant needs?
Yes.
Or a successful restaurant needs to do. Like, you've kind of been there from the ground up. Yeah.
It's a lot of having two minds that are just coming together and being like, all right, this is like he's the back of the house, I'm the front of the house. So it's really great to have that, whereas though I can handle what's going on out here, he can handle what's going on back there. Before I was doing both, and that was really hard.
Yeah,
and now it's like, you have to handle this, I'm gonna handle this, and at the end of the day, we're just like, all right, so how did that go?
Yeah.
And and he's very calm, so it's easy to face problems when you have someone that's like very, very just relaxed about it.
Yeah,
like,
level-headed.
Look, don't get all worked up, and that's so.
Yeah, I would say that's the relationship my wife and I have.
Yeah.
Is that, like, I'm the emotionally, spoiler alert to all the viewers, I'm the emotionally, I'm not going to say unstable because that sounds weird, but I'm the one that is, extreme highs, extreme lows, and my wife is just like super even keel about everything, and that is really helpful to have in a partner, especially because you need that person that's like, well, let's look at this practically. Let's remove all of the emotion and all the, the history and all the feelings, and let's just get down to like what's the best decision to make.
That was one of my main struggles. I was so emotionally attached to it,
right? And
it was really hard for me in the beginning because of letting go of things like that. I tended to hold on to when it was the French Quarter.
Yeah.
And him just saying, look, it's the Big Easy now. You need to let go of certain things. Right. And it took me a little bit. Mm-hmm. I can say there's still some feelings there, but
So was it a conscious decision to kind of keep? There is a little bit of a connection, obviously, with like French Quarter Bistro, the Louisiana thing, and then having the Big Easy. Was that an intentional kind of like to ease the transition for like the patrons?
Both.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
I think that there's no one else around that really has that theme in food. Mm-hmm. And I think that we wanted to stay with the style. It's really, it's awesome to have the different foods that are from that area and to prepare them right, and for people to come and enjoy them. It's awesome. Yeah. We the name, I didn't come up with the name at all. It's all Monty. I said okay. I just went with it. I was like, all right, whatever. I really didn't. I cared about the name, and I just was like, I just wanted it to be. We never closed, so that was another thing. So it's like you just have to stay open and keep going and be like, you think of that, you take care of all this, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be here every day for everybody, and you come up with the hard stuff, the name, the decisions about that, whatever. But I do like the theme, and it doesn't have to just be Southern Creole. We also do traditional favorites of just wherever Philadelphia.
Yeah, the East Coast, everything. Yeah.
And the specials that we run are really well thought out. Yeah. Everything's made here. Nothing is, brought in frozen or, everything is made here. And that's something that was always here. That's something that always was done here before too. Yeah. So, it's nothing is brought in, prepared or anything.
So you're kind of like, continuing the legacy that was started, with Mark and the French Quarter, but putting your own name and twist to it, to not only honor those that have stayed loyal from the transition, but then also to attract and invite new people to say, this isn't the same place. It might be something that you want to try for a second time. Try it again for the first time, kind of thing. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
yes.
That's really cool. So, are there any things that you care to share? We don't want to reveal too much behind the curtain if there's conversations between the management and that kind of stuff. But are there any things that you want to use this as an opportunity to kind of let people know that are coming? I know you had mentioned off camera that, you know, some of the design and things is going to change interior-wise.
Right now, we're working on remodeling, and I know if you've been here before, you know that the place was sectioned off, and now we're working on opening the whole place up, adding more TVs, changing the color. We have new tables coming, just revamping the whole place so that it's just one big place. Yeah. Everybody's here. You know, it's not closed off where this. Some people didn't even know we had a bar.
Right.
Some people didn't even know we had a dining room. So, and
I came in, you know, probably a month or two ago with my family just to check it out because we hadn't been here yet. And I was kind of like peeking around, like, is there more to this?
Yeah.
Like I wasn't sure. So that's a very good idea, I think, to show, because it is massive. When I came in through the bar today, I didn't realize how big the space is.
Yeah. So we're gonna just open it all up and have some high tops, you know, TVs, more space for everybody, and not make you feel like that. If you're in the dining room, it's fine dining, and out here is like just a bar. It's going to be one mood for the whole place.
That's great.
And I think that it'll be a laid back mood.
Yeah, it'll be
mood too.
Easy, big easy.
Yeah,
right.
Easy at the big easy.
Yeah, I like it because like when I heard the big easy, I was like, I kind of envisioned that like for a restaurant. You envision like, you know, you go in, it's like, you know, upscale but casual, like high quality. It's not like you're walking into like McDonald's or whatever, but you're also not going to like, you know, the Waldorf Astoria, like everybody's got to come in with coattails on and stuff.
Calm mood.
Yeah,
you know,
come to get, you know, a good community atmosphere, high quality food, and food that you wouldn't necessarily get anywhere else with it, you know, with that Southern Creole flavor to it, which is unique in and of itself. So, do you have a particular dish that you kind of really enjoy, and one of the reasons why you not cling, that's a bad word, why you like the Southern Creole cuisine? Is there any specific thing to
There's
that?
A few things. There's a few things. Like I said, he's a chef, you know, for the last 20 some years. We've always cooked together, our whole family, you know. My daughter, who is 20, has been cooking since she was 3.
Oh, wow.
Amazing.
Yeah. That's a brave parenting.
So she's one of our main chefs.
Oh, really?
Her
Sorry, I knocked my microphone off.
Her and her father are back there as a duo, and it is amazing.
That's really cool to know. I didn't know that.
Yes. And one of every holiday, you know, we always make like staples, but then we have certain things that people like call us to make sure we save them. So our collard greens, our etouffee.
Okay, what's that? I'm complete novice when it comes to that.
Etouffee is like it's a sauce, but it's like a thicker stew sauce.
Okay.
Over rice, and you can have it with seafood or chicken. It can be spicy, it can be not as spicy, but it's just something that everyone in our family, whenever we make it, it's just flies to the table.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's just something that we all love, and it's on the menu, and we just had like a little Christmas party, and we put that out for everybody, and they were like, this is amazing, what is it? We're like, it's the etouffee. And we're like, what? And I'm like, yep.
They probably were like previously I think scared of it or something like that.
The word throws everybody off, but they
probably think it's like escargot or something.
If it's made right, it's delicious.
Yeah.
It really is.
That's awesome.
There's different things that we make that we kind of like change it up a little bit or add something else to it. The etouffee is definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah. I know you guys have like specialty nights often, like the Taco Tuesday and stuff like that. Now, are they Creole influenced, or are they tacos but in a Southern Creole?
They're Cajun tacos. They're a little bit different. Yeah. And then on Thursday night we have our burger night. They're not really a theme situation. Okay. They're kind of just a bunch of different burgers.
Yeah.
Now we are working on a menu to have more specials every single night of the week. Okay. And they will be more of a seafood, style, Creole style invention. So
yeah, no, that's great. I mean, I think the fact that there is a little bit of something for everybody, and a way for people who haven't really delved into that Southern Creole cuisine to kind of get like a little bit of it, but in a form that they're familiar with, like a taco or a burger or something like that. I think that's really good to appeal to like myself, who I enjoy like complex flavors and things like that, and a lot of people aren't willing to try things. I'm always like looking for the thing that's the most unique on the menu and picking that.
Yeah.
So, but for someone unlike me who is a little hesitant to try something, the fact that you guys have those available options, I think is really wise, and I think it's going to serve you really well personally. So why don't you let people know how they can get in touch with you as we wrap up, and then if there are any kind of things that you have learned in your time that you kind of want to share, I'll let you kind of wrap it up that way.
So you can reach us at the Big Easy 215 on Facebook, and then on Instagram it's Big Easy Bar 215.
Okay. We'll put the link below. It's so hard to pick. I always say, like,
I looked just before we started.
I'm Discover Springford on everything except Twitter because it's too many characters.
Yes.
So I had to do Discover SF Show.
Okay.
But I never remember. Like, so, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. We'll have the links available, so regardless of whether she says
you can always call here at 610-792-7292. We're always available. The email, it's the Big Easy Grill 215 at Yahoo.
Okay. And then how about like anything that you have learned in your many, many years in the restaurant business that you kind of cling to as your, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like the mantra that you, I know I'm kind of putting it on the spot.
No, it's
like,
okay.
Like this is, if I could be known for this outside of the type of cuisine or anything like that, but that thing that you and your husband and the team here kind of cling to as your flagpole.
Great beer and great service.
Yeah.
Great food. I mean, I know that the people that know me that come in here, you could tell by my face says everything. So, I'm not good at hiding my emotions sometimes, but I know that when you're here, you'll be taken care of as if you were family, and you will enjoy it. You will want to come back. We invite everybody.
That's
no
great.
one is, and when you're here, you will be treated great.
That's great.
I can assure that.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing the changes as they unfold. Is there a timeline that you're hopeful for when things will be grand reopening kind of thing?
It was supposed to be the end of this month.
Oh, really?
And then the holidays came, and the person that was doing the work, he got sick.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's all those things happen.
I think by the time you said this may air, that it'll be right around there.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm assuming
Perfect
right
time.
around there. I mean, now that we're back up and running and getting everything done. So
that's good. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Alicia, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having
me.
me.
This was pleasant. I can't wait to come back and try more of the menu.
Absolutely.
With myself and my family. I think it's going to be great, and I wish you nothing but the best success.
Thank you.
And especially with all the businesses that we hope to attract on the main drag here, we want to see you guys just explode. So
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks
I really
for having
appreciate
me.
it. Oh, you're welcome. Well, that's all the time we have for today's episode of Discover Springford. I want to thank you for watching, and I also want to thank Alicia for the time that she gave me today to talk about the Big Easy. If you'd like to visit the Big Easy for yourself, you can find it at 215 Main Street in Royersford Borough. You can also visit the links below the video to check out their menu and their hours. If you'd like to support Discover Springford going forward, then you can do that in a number of ways. First, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel by visiting tv.discoverspringford.com. You can also like our Facebook page, our Instagram, and you can subscribe to our Discover Springford podcast on any podcast app. That way you can download the episodes and take them with you in the car, at the gym, or wherever you'd like to listen to the content. Come back next week for more great things about the Springford area, but until then, get out there on your own journey to discover what makes the Springford area a great place to live, work, eat, and explore.